Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to talk about when we just got a pedicure. What happened?
Oh, that was funny. So we went to get a pedicure, and it's the place we always go. But about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I was driving by there, and I saw an elderly lady laying flat on her back and people standing around her. So I'm
sorry to laugh at that because
You have-
I know the end of the story. No, keep going.
You have that
No, keep
inappropriate-
going.
So I turn around and I go there because I'm a nurse, and it was this woman. She was walking up the handicap ramp and fell, and her wrist bone and everything was exposed. It was a bad break. And her son had dropped her off, and then he went to park the car, and he comes back. He's like, "What happened?" So anyway, I stayed with her until the ambulance came. There was blood everywhere. She was probably on a blood thinner. It was a mess. And we know those people.
So we don't know that person that was in
No.
the accident. So it's in front of the nail salon. We go to the nail salon pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And we sit down. We like reminisce about that day. And then
The guy looked like deer in the headlights. He's like, "Oh, that's right, you were there," because it was not fresh in his memory.
And while we were reminiscing, a person that was there that walked into the nail salon, they didn't like very much. And then they started to talk in their language
about that person.
And then he looked over to my mom and was like, "Yeah, we do talk about people in the other language when we speak it."
Yeah. But he said people are catching on now, and they have their translator on their phone, and they can see what they're saying about them.
That's right. He
Yeah.
says we have to
We have to be
develop
careful.
a little bit more covert operation.
Yeah, because people put the translator on, and they're like, "What do you mean my ass is fat?" You know?
But then when we kind of like laughed about that, he goes, "But she is a bitch."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he pointed towards the door where the woman fell and broke her wrist. And I was like, "That poor woman that fell and broke her wrist." He's like, "No, that girl over there."
Yeah.
I just can't believe we got it out of him.
I know.
That's the first.
They don't ever admit that.
And first off, they're normal people. They're our friends. We have commentary on everything, don't we?
Usually.
Do you watch podcasts?
Yes.
Like everyone has a podcast.
I just watched Conan's with Dennis Leary, and I laughed so hard I fell off the couch.
Is that funny?
Because they're both big-headed, white, translucent skinned Irishmen from Boston. And Dennis says to Conan, goes, "Oh, before you leave, I gotta talk to you about something." He goes, "Is it skin cancer?" They probably like go, "What do you think about this?" Like, it's so funny. Mm-hmm. I love that. I love Dennis Leary, and I really love him with Conan. It's really funny.
There's a podcast for everything. Like we just watched a reunion special for a reality show.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a reunion show recap, recapping the reunion show and the finale. And then there was a podcast for each of those two episodes. And the funny thing is that they're cutting the shows for the lowest common denominator intelligence level of like a grade 1.
Yeah, they are.
The full show was leading up to one action for 45 minutes. A lot of cuts like, oh, faces, oh, like for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't need a recap on that.
No, that was a big dragging out of like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't, like, they take advantage of audiences so much when
and
there's
the
a big
traders,
fandom.
it's like there's 40 of them. Like, how do you? He has them like stadium seated, like up in the.
Will he do it? Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Will he do it? Commercial break.
He lied, and then like, okay, I'm voting for. And it clicks. I know. It was always.
And then
a
commercial.
Mara, who'd you vote for? I voted. You know, like it's gone.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The people that do that, they're taking advantage of us.
Like, please.
There was something that had to do with like one of the bombings in the last couple months, and I'm on it like, oh wow, maybe I should read about this on the Post, you know, because I have a Washington Post subscription. I try to keep abreast of things, and I can only digest so much content in a day. But, so I go and I click on it, and it takes me to the Outset's website.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Wait, we were talking about news for... I was
A
reading
mosque being bombed, and it's
was reading about a
Scarlett
mosque.
Johansson.
There was an elementary school that was bombed. 50 kids were like in the school. And then it's like, by the way, if you're going to read this, you should really feel hydrated.
Yeah.
While you're doing... Your lips should
Put a
feel
mask
great.
on and read this story, but do the mask first. Yeah. I know.
I also feel the same way about like paper mailers.
Oh, you see me right in the
So a
garbage.
paper mailer is in the mail to get you to buy a car, typically. Like a paper mailer is like, we're having a $17,000 Toyota sale, whatever. What?
I know. I just saved the Costco flyer for you, though, because I know you...
I know, but I dread going to the mailbox, and I have to walk past it every time I walk in the house.
My generation lived and died by the mailbox, though. Like, you guys just click, boom, I want this info, blah, blah, blah. We had to wait just to get mailed. Even, like, our test results from a mammogram, we waited to come in the mail. Like, that's
Your mailman's
crazy.
like, it's negative.
I know.
I read it.
Yeah. I got bored and, yeah, go back next year. But it's true. Like, and if our phones, too, like our home phone, we had to wait. Like, if you were, people say, oh, I can't go out. I'm waiting for a phone call. Like, we would literally stay home if we were expecting a phone call. That's crazy.
The mailers are terrible waste. Like, I wonder what the cost is.
Do you remember when you were kids, the wish book, the Sears wish book would come? Mm-hmm. And that was a big thing. And they did away with that a few years ago. But it was like, I don't know, an inch thick. And it was, everybody, all you kids would circle what you wanted and stuff. And that was a mail piece. That had to cost a lot to mail. But I'm sure they recouped it with...
They mailed it to people that asked for it, though, no?
No. Because now you'd find that item and circle it. Your kid would circle it. And then you'd go to Amazon and find it 3 cents cheaper and order it from them.
You know what would be funny is if they did one for, like, the modern day.
Yeah.
We saw you have a credit card, and you're using it for basic things like eggs.
Yeah.
And then just sent you a like a catalog of
Eggs.
daily staples that we need to survive.
Yeah.
That we're extending onto our credit cards.
People are charging food and everything.
They're charging food, so then your food costs 18% more.
A blood test for me to get my vitamin D checked is like $285. Like, I'm not going to get a check then. I'll just, Really?
I'll look for other indicators. My hair's fallen all
When I
out
get
of my head.
scurvy and my hands start peeling, then I'll start taking the supplement.
Oh my god, everyone's cutting corners. I just tried to get ashes for Ash Wednesday, and we're there at the church. It's not filled, but there's like 50 to 60 people. We're all sitting on the pews. I'm on one end of the pew, the other person is on the other end of the pew, the full space between. That is pew etiquette, though.
That is.
That is, you fill in.
And even there's people that have the same pew, and don't you dare sit in it if you're at the mass, like 11 o'clock mass, the so-and-sos sit here. And if you do that,
It's the truth.
it is.
There's
You
like, if you were in an empty church and you sat next to somebody in the same pew,
Yeah.
that's grounds for pulling a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the 7 deadly sins you have to confess.
And it was like 11:30. I told everyone I was going to get ashes. I went to church. We're sitting there, 11:32. Nothing's happening. Then finally, 11:35, a woman who was brought back to life by the miracle of being in the church walked up on the altar. I'm talking 90. Like, the slowest pace. Grabs ashes and then walks out. And we're like, the woman next to me, a mile away on the other end of the pew. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I think we just take the ashes. So there was no one to administer them. They were in little jello shot cups.
Oh, there was a bunch of them like that. What?
So I was like,
That's insane.
jello shot cups.
That's not.
Right. There should be like pineapple breeze jello vodka shots in
No, but
here.
then do you take it and then go on to Wyoming Ave and just anoint everyone that you see till they're gone? Because
I put it in my hands and I went, and
everybody's faces were covered.
no, I put my thumb in it and I went, And then I was like, I'm doing this myself? Am I
Yeah.
a priest? And then I remembered when I lived in LA, you were like, are you going to be a priest? Because I don't know why you asked me that, but you did one time. And I was like, no. And then I was like, am I turning into a priest? I'm giving myself ashes. That's got to be something.
I'm a Eucharistic minister, and I used to do ashes, but my hands were blessed to do that.
We unblessed them after your divorce.
I know.
And don't
I
you
don't even
forget
have-
that, little lady. You're not allowed back in that church.
I'm not allowed to get communion, but I can give it. I think that might have changed by now.
Last thing I wanted to say was that I just always forget how absent straight people are from giving advice to their gay friends until I have to receive it, you know? And I love my straight friends, and this one's for you. But my God, the advice usually is so bad. I was feeling really low, and I called a friend, and I'm like, I'm feeling sad. She's like, well, can't you just go to a dance floor and dance it away? You're gay. I mean, was I in cheerleader shorts and a tank top at the time? Yes. Was I applying self-tanner? Yes. But I'm like, wow. Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like other gays who may not be able to distinguish when someone's advising you to do something of harm to yourself may go, yeah, I should go out to the dance floor and then meet somebody and then get chlamydia, and then I'll be sad and have chlamydia.
Yes, we talked about gonorrhea last week. I don't know what prompted it.
We talk about gonorrhea
3 times a week. And I still don't know what brings it up, but
every time it's that I have it. That's it.
that's it.